Infinite MagicRaid. Play to slay.
It's going to be Infinite MagicRaid, and today I'm going to do a spotlight on Melter. He is a attack force mark from the Sunset Sages. The Sunset Sages are not one that I have a whole lot of, let's look at them here, not one that I have a whole lot of creatures or heroes that I use in here. So I'm really kind of excited to check Melter out, even though I don't have him completely built yet. I'm very excited to play with this guy. Let's go through his skills here. Let's just check out his S1 here. Is going to deal 2 stages of 60% attack damage to a single enemy, with each stage stealing 5% of their turn meter. Right there, every single turn, no matter what, he can do this. So he is going to deal attack twice, steal 5% of turn meter twice. We can actually take that up to 10% of turn meter twice. We can steal 20% of their turn meter on his S1, plus put some extra attack damage on here, actually quite a bit. 60 all the way up to 80. Alright, let's go to his S2 here. He's going to do 2 more stages of damage to a single enemy, with each stage stealing 1 layer of attribute buff at random before dealing 175% attack damage. That attack damage on stage 2 went way up, almost 100% there. We can actually get it up to 225%. Get that cooldown with 3 turn. His exclusive on this, the stage of attack is granted to land a crit if its stealing is successful. So you got to put a really big. He is going to need a real good set of equipment on him that is going to make sure he is landing his effect hits here. Otherwise, copies 1 layer of buff on himself at random and grants it to a random ally, which is pretty cool. So if he doesn't get his skill off, he's going to be able to copy a layer of buff on himself and then give it to a random ally. Alright, his passive here, Melter is going to gain an additional 14% leech, so he's going to have some automatic built-in healing as he attacks. His exclusive 2 is going to gain 1 layer of Bloodthirst, up to 10 layers, increasing the effect of the Bloodthirsty Instinct 10% whenever he successfully steals the target's turn meter buff. So essentially, whenever he is stealing buffs or turn meters, he's healing himself as well. So that's super cool. Let's go to his S3. He will deal 4 stages on his ultimate here of 100% attack damage to an enemy, with each stage reducing their turn meter by 10%. So he can reduce their turn meter by 40% on this with a 4-turn cooldown. His exclusive 3, this skill steals the target's turn meter instead, just completely. Just if you can get it up to exclusive 3, just steals their turn meter altogether. Which you got to watch the turn meter, because in which case, if they have if you're the one that you're attacking has a very not filled up turn meter, that's all you're going to steal. So you want to get somebody who's got a lot of turn meter. He can essentially keep himself going over and over and over again. It's going to be super cool, and to be able to steal turn meter is even better. So if you have a couple heroes on your team that are going to be able to speed up your turn meters, then have him go after. You want to make sure his speed is a little lower. You don't want him, you can have him going first, absolutely, but you want to be able to speed him up so he can just keep going and going and going, because he'll then go through his progression here where he'll use these. He'll steal turn meter from them in every single stage except for this stage here. So in his 2 he won't steal any, but he will steal their buff. So if they got a huge shield on, if you come across, I want to see if this works, if you come across somebody who has one of those HP connects, I'm wondering if he can steal that HP Connect shield that is created by that HP Connect right off of them too. That would be super cool. But again, you're going to have to use a really big set of effect hit on this guy. But he's super cool. That force mark doesn't, that's the better mark, since it doesn't really have an affinity that you're going to lose out on. I'm definitely super excited to check this guy out. He's going to increase his own turn meter, steal turn meter. He's got some pretty good multipliers here. This 120% on his ultimate or S3 here is, we can get that up to 150. It looks like to me that his S2 is going to be, just by the multipliers here, way stronger hitting than this, but it doesn't steal any turn meter. But either way, all 3 of these skills are awesome. It's another epic that I'm loving these. We can build this up. He looks like he's going to be super cool. I know he's not new, so if you have him or he's sitting around, or maybe you just got him over the weekend with these new pulls, definitely check this guy out. Throw him on some teams. He's going to be super fun. This is a monster epic here. Check this guy out. Also, while we're in here, don't forget what we got going on this week, guys. I always look through here. So in our events this week, currently we have Double Emblem Challenge drops, Guild Arena competition, the ice skating competition, equipment and artifact goals, enhancement goals, and tomorrow we're going to go back to that challenge Nagio, which is going to get you those mythic shards that we've all been waiting for. This coming weekend we got a wish rebate, hero of selected type, hero training, and wish goals, kind of same as every other. And today we're going to finish up the classic arena competition. So if you haven't gone through and done those things, like your ice skating, if you guys remember, go ahead and do that. We got a chance to get some more mythic shards in here. Remember, ice skating was super easy. It was, oh, I don't know why it's making me do that. So you're going to start out in some kind of block. Basically, we want to cover as many of these tiles as we can per run. And just we got to cover them all to get ourselves out of this current stage. So each time you do this, you want to make sure, like I'm doing now, that you can get across as many as you possibly can. Let's see if we can do this in 7. It's going to be tough unless it leaves us there. So now we're going to have to go through here. So this is where it gets a little more difficult. So we're going to have to come back up here. We're going to have to do this one. It should put us right on that one. There you go. That's exactly how you do that. Not too difficult, super fun. Just be careful of where you are going. It's not too bad. That one's going to be... No, let's go to this one. Let's try this. Okay. So that's how it's going to work. As you guys can see, we just got a couple things here. Throw that right on in my melter there. Either way, guys, have fun. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it, hit subscribe and the like button. Thanks.